Thank you very much, John. We take you inside the first base gate here on Blake Street in lower downtown in Denver. Game one of a three-game set as your Dodgers take on the Rockies. And it's the first game of a six-game road trip against two last-place teams in their respective divisions. All games on Sportsnet LA with the exception of Saturdays, which will be on Fox. Hi again, everybody. Along with Eric Karros, I'm Tim Neverett. Kirsten Watson will join us in just a little bit. Great opportunity right now at this point in the schedule for the Dodgers to gain some ground.
Well, it really is. And one thing, if you're the Dodgers, though, is you can't get ahead of yourself. Rockies and Kansas City, yes, they are big league teams, and they're going to try and beat you. You can't get complacent. You see where the Dodgers are in the standings, only 2 games back in the loss column. Arizona playing against Tampa Bay right now. And, yes, look what we have. We've got the return of Max Muncy. Here in Colorado, Dodgers won 12 of their last 16 games. I shouldn't say here, but against Colorado. But, again, you can't take this thing lightly. And that's something, if you get ahead of yourselves, you're going to be in trouble.
Clayton Kershaw has more wins against the Rockies than any other team he has pitched against. And tonight, he goes for win number 10 as he looks like he's on his way to the All-Star game.
Yeah, and Kersh is just Kersh, right? And he is a guy that he could be competing for that starting job in Seattle. Zach Gallen gets the ball in Arizona, so it'll be interesting to watch these two throw tonight. Colorado, again, pitching here, as good as Kersh has been, that slider, it hasn't been as effective as last 2 years. We'll see how it is tonight.
Dodgers get a key player back in the infield with more. We go down to the field and Kirsten. Hi, Kirsten.
Thanks, Tim. Well, yeah, Max Muncy, he is back. He's finally feeling better. He said that on Sunday. He took part in some live at-bats, and that was the final test for him. He said he was able to get out of the box. The running felt good. He could be aggressive playing defense at third, so he is a full go. Now, since we are in the Mile High City, where recovery can be challenging, he's only going to play 2 of the 3 games here, guys.
Oh, Max at third base tonight. Looks to get his swing back in order. We're counting you down to the first pitch. Lineup's on the way as we come to you from very warm Denver, Colorado.
Mookie Betts has 19 home runs on the season, led off 2 of those 3 games against the Astros with a home run. 8 leadoff home runs this season. That is 1 shy of Jock Peterson's franchise record. We're not even at the halfway points of the season. Right now, let's take a look at the Dodgers starting lineup to go up against Connor Seabold. And there is Mookie leading off the game with those 19 bombs, followed by Freddie Freeman coming off his 2,000th hit. Will Smith does the catching. Max Muncy returns off the IL to bat cleanup. Then J.D. Martinez. David Peralta's in left. Jason Hayward in right. James Outman in center. Miguel Rojas at short with Clayton Kershaw on the mound for this one. Speaking of Max Muncy, Nomar, it's great to have his bat back in the Dodgers lineup, but also coming off the injury list with a hamstring. You always want to be careful at a place like the altitude in Denver.
Yeah, it's really hard to simulate when your instinct is to maybe, jump out of the batter's box, or you're going to get that quick ball and that reaction over on the defensive side as well. I know you're trying to simulate. You're doing everything you can to make sure it feels okay, but still in the back of your mind, you have to be smart and kind of ease into things as you're playing today.
Yeah, I'm just hoping he went over through a lot of defensive plays before the game, whether it's a backhand down the line. I know you don't really do dives in batting practice, but it'd be nice to see him be able to get to his feet quickly and see how that feels. But yeah, he's a smart guy. He'll figure it out.
All right, it's first game of a 3-game series in Colorado with Clayton Kershaw on the mound. First pitch is coming up right after this.
LA is brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Jack in the Box. Introducing Snoop's Munchie Meal, available for a limited time only at Jack in the Box. A cloudless day on the Colorado River. So we take you inside Coors Field. Mookie Betts, stop what you're doing. Make sure you watch Mookie hit 8 leadoff home runs this season. Jock Peterson has the franchise record, 2019. He hit 9 of them. So Mookie with a great opportunity not only to tie him, but to pass him here in Colorado. Take a look at the lineups. Mookie leading off. Freddie Freeman in the 2 spot. Will Smith batting third, followed by Max Muncy. J.D. Martinez hits extremely well in this ballpark. A .438 batting average here at Coors Field. And the outfielders, Peralta, Hayward, and Outman, followed up by Miguel Rojas. Dodgers wearing their jerseys that say Los Angeles across the chest tonight. to face Connor Siebold, a Southern Californian by way of Colorado. From Laguna Hills, went to high school in Newport Beach. But prior to that, started his high school career here in the Denver area. Actually got to pitch at Coors Field as a high school player. High draft choice of the Phillies, most recently with Boston before coming to Colorado, and he has split time, EK, as a reliever and a starter.
Yeah, you said he got to pitch here when he was in high school. I don't know if anybody gets to pitch in Colorado. Not a great place. From Cal State Fullerton, and you can see that he's going to come at you. He's got the fastball. He's got the little slider as well. It's not anything that's overpowering, and really if the Dodgers get him in the zone, I mean, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I feel like the Dodgers are going to hit well tonight.
55% fastball for Connor Siebold. And 11 of the 58 hits that he has allowed against the fastball slider combination have been home runs. So he is susceptible to the long ball. And on a warm night here at Coors Field, the ball has a tendency to carry.
Right, this has all the makings of a ton of offense for the Dodgers. Max Muncy back in the lineup. Mookie Betts leading off. Let's see what we got.
Well, ready to go. Sunshine facing the first baseman, as is always the case around this time of the night at Coors Field. Mookie steps in, and we are just getting set to get underway. Game one of this 6-game road trip. Siebold's first pitch to Mookie Betts. In there for a called strike. Doug Eddings calling the balls and strikes tonight. 258 the average, 19 home runs. How about that? 309 when leading off games. Slider foul tip for a strike. No balls in. 2 strikes to Mookie. Siebold's 0-2 pitch coming. 1-2.
Yeah, we talked about all the favorable hitting conditions. If there's one negative right now, you have the early shadows. Those will dissipate soon, but right now a bit of a problem.
1-2 offer to Betts. And he lost the bat, and he strikes out. One gone for the Dodgers in the top of the first. Ruling the plate, presented by Burger King. Freddie Freeman, 306 career home runs, 2,000 hits exactly. And that's in a little over 1,800 games. Miguel Cabrera, Nelson Cruz, Joey Votto in front of him. 2,000 hits in 1,800 or so games. You'd take that any day of the week. Anybody would. It took a while for Freddie to get his 2,000th hit. Sitting on 1998 for a few days before getting 2 hits Sunday night against the Astros.
I mean, when you think about it, if you live or die, you get to pick one player in the National League to have an at bat. That whether you needed a walk, a home run, a double, just getting out of first, I'm taking this guy.
Makes contact more often than not. Leads the majors in doubles with 27. Bounces this one to second. Coco Montez on to first for the out. 2 down. Will Smith coming to the plate. Smith has faced him before this year. It was back in April when Siebold came out of the bullpen against the Dodgers, and Will took him deep into the home run seats. In fact, Will is homered in back-to-back games. 12 home runs on the season. Siebold's pitch is fouled off to the right. Long run for Montero. He won't get it. .41 runs batted in. His OPS tops among all catchers in Major League Baseball. We're getting close to seeing who's going to be an all-star starter or not, but you've got to figure Will's going to be in Seattle. No balls and 1 strike to Will Smith. Now it's 0-2. The guy he's battling with from the Braves, pretty good too, Sean Murphy. What about those numbers?
I still, though, I take Will Smith just because of the year he's having, what he means to this team. I get it. Sean Murphy, great defensive catcher as well. Just unbelievable offense this year.
Almost an identical season. You look at those numbers.
If I were Will Smith, I'd drop that famous line. If I ain't starting, I ain't departing. I mean, just what he's done collectively the last few years. I mean, he deserves that start.
Here's a 1-2. Now 2-2 to Will. Did you have to throw that line at anybody before?
No, I never played in an all-star game. I couldn't drop that. I'd have been like, hey, yeah, give me a ticket. I'm there.
And a 2-2 pitch. It's up in the air and might be playable for the right fielder, Randall Grichuk, but he won't get to it. Two, the count to Will. 2 down, top of the first. Clayton Kershaw will go to work. Kershaw tonight. Bullpen game tomorrow. Emmett Sheehan will pitch the Thursday game for the Dodgers. 3-2. Max Muncy waiting to get to the plate. Coming off the injured list today. Hamstring feels good. Payoff pitch. Right center deep. After it is Bill and make the catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers in the top of the first. Clayton Kershaw takes the mound. Rockies, Bud Black sends his lineup out there this way. Jurickson Profar, the switch hitting outfielder, to lead off. Ezekiel Tovar at short. Ryan McMahon, pretty sure-gloved third baseman, will hit third. Elias Diaz the catcher. C.J. Cron just back off the IL today. He'll be the DH. Randall Grichuk in right. Montero, Montez, and Doyle will round out the lineup. Clayton Kershaw, all time against the Rockies, 26 wins. His ERA 3.40. And much of the high ERA has been here at Coors Field and not at Dodger Stadium. There are his numbers for this season.
Those are all-star numbers there, Timmy. Looks good to me. I'd put him on the mound. I'd start him.
His first pitch of the night. And away for a ball. So far, former Padre recently, Ranger. He was behind 2 balls and no strikes. One thing we always watch with Kershaw is his first pitch strike percentage. We'll watch that throughout the ball game tonight. He's got a good one, 69%. That's the second highest first pitch strike percentage in the National League. 2-1 to Profar. To center field. And Outman put it away for the out. The big pitch for Clayton Kershaw has been the slider. That's what he uses most often.
Yeah, and you can see it's gone month to month. As far as April was great. May, not so good, but June he's been on fire again, a 157 average against. Watch, though, tonight, because historically, yes, the slider has been great. It's been great here at Coors Field, but the last 2 years, it's been human.
No balls and a strike to Ezekiel Tovar. Tovar is getting rave reviews here in Colorado for his defensive work, and lately his offensive work. Did not start the season very well. Curveball falls in for a strike. But he's really made up for a slow start the last 2 months. He's popped up. Will Smith looking for it. 2 down. Well, fans, if Dodgers pitchers strike out 10 hitters, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. Valid only at LA area restaurants. 2 down. And there's Ryan McMahon to face Kershaw. Been hitting well since the end of May. 342.
He's a solid player. Very athletic, a lot of power. Move him around in the infield, can put him in the outfield. Out of Mater Dei, Southern California.
1 ball and 1 strike to McMahon. Seems like every roster you look at around Major League Baseball is dotted with guys from Southern California.
Right, you got Southern California, Texas, and Florida. I mean, that just kind of makes sense, right? Obviously, the warm weather and then the level of competition.
2-1 pitch. Foul tip. 2-2. Kershaw making his 49th start against the Rockies. I mean, most guys aren't around long enough to see 49 games against one team, but he's got 49 starts against them. Since 2021, he's 0-3 in this ballpark. Rojas handles that one, and the Rockies go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. On to the second inning at Coors Field. Dodger fans, you can now stream Dodger baseball at home and on the go on the Spectrum Sportsnet app. Sportsnet LA is available 24/7 to authenticated subscribers. So download the Spectrum Sportsnet app today. Here's Max Muncy leading off the second inning. Just outside, says umpire Doug Eddings. The average still not necessarily where you'd want it to be, but the production is there. 18 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Ball, 1 strike.
You want Max to work the count. You want him to be a presence in the middle of the lineup. Obviously, the power is there, as you mentioned, the production, driving in runs. Average would be nice. You don't want it where it is right now, but it's not the focal point.
Well, the focal point is producing runs.
You ain't lying. I mean, that's the thing. Look, at average does coincide with offensive production. There's no doubt about it. But Max is up there again to be a presence, lengthen the lineup, another power threat.
3 balls and a strike. Dodgers as a team have walked 316 times. And Max has walked a bunch of those. Thought he had another. It'll be a full count instead.
There will be an expansive zone tonight. That's Doug Eddings historically has been more of a pitcher's umpire. That pitch you see outside of the box.
Foul back, stays 3-2.
Nice job by Max just fouling that pitch off, looking out there again just because he knows that pitcher realizes it's expansive out there. Gets himself another pitch.
Seabold waiting to deliver. Now the 3-2. We'll get another. Well, the Dodgers went down in order. Betts, Freeman, and Smith in the first inning. And we expected to see a lot of fastballs, and we will by the time the night is over, out of Seabold. He's 55% on the fastball. But all 3 outs came on non-fastballs. 2 of the 3 were on a slider, 1 was on a change. So mixing it up early. And there's the walk. First base runner of the ball game is Max Muncy. JD Martinez comes to the plate. 298 career home runs. He could get to the milestone 300 here in Colorado. He hits exceptionally well here. JD, the DH, for the .438 batting average at Coors Field. One of the top 5 batting averages all time in this ballpark. And that's with a minimum of 50 plate appearances. Ball, no strikes, no score, top of the 2nd inning.
So many things that are good here. Obviously the ball travels, and yes, the field is huge, but also the hitting background. Very easy to pick up the ball out of the pitcher's hand.
2-0 pitch. In there for a strike.
One of the other things too is a right-handed hitter. The best place to hit it is right center field, so it gets you mechanically, allows you to stay on the ball. You get rewarded for letting the ball travel. Just promotes good habits.
3-1 to JD. And when you look at that hitter's background, it's not typical because you've got the forestry out there.
But it is green.
It is green.
It is green.
There's a little river that runs out there too, behind the wall. And a waterfall.
You ever been in that river, Tim?
Not that river.
No, not that.
No. I've been in a river. In the air to right field, Randall Grichuk make the catch for the first out of the Dodgers' 2nd. One down. There's a river hop, skip, and a jump from here, the Platte River. Right.
Okay.
Runs through downtown. I've been in that one.
You spent some time here, right? It's, yeah.
Yep. Been in the Platte River, the Blue River out west. Pitch to Peralta is in there for a strike. In fact, Rockies manager Bob Black, since he took over here, he took up fly fishing. And he goes on his days off. He and his wife will go fly fishing. And really enjoy it. So many places to go around here. The air to right center. Long run for Doyle. He won't get it. It's over his head and off the wall. Muncy around 2nd. He's into 3rd. And in with a double is David Peralta. And with 1 out, the Dodgers have runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Well, Peralta continues his torrid June, as we just talked about. Right center is the place to hit the ball in this ballpark. This ball goes off the wall. Doyle does a nice job of playing it off of the wall, able to just get it in, hold Muncy to 3rd base.
Dodgers with a 2nd inning threat. Jason Hayward. Strike to J-Hit. What a great opportunity this turned out for both sides when it came to Jason Hayward. He wasn't finding that many teams were interested in him at all. Dodgers end up signing him to a minor league deal. He accepted it, made the team out of spring training. A big time contributor.
Yeah, he's really done an unbelievable job. I don't know that anybody expected it outside of maybe himself and some in the Dodger organization, confident in what they could provide for Jason, and he's run with it.
Runners lead, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. That gets away. No, it hit him. Got him on the foot, so Max will have to go back to 3rd. And the bases will be loaded for James Outman.
A big mistake there by Seabold. He's trying to go inside, and they were trying to go way in, and that pitch bounces, and I think it hits him in the back leg. They started off trying to go hard in the first 2 pitches. You figured maybe soft away would be the next pitch, but just not where he wanted. Go after the hitter. 0-2, just tough.
Darryl Scott, the pitching coach, out to have a word as James Outman gets ready to come up. Made his major league debut in this ballpark, and in his first at bat, he did this. Put it in the bullpen in right center field. First major league home run. He had gotten here the day before. Alex Vesu ended up getting it, but a big day for James Outman. Got there the day before he watched the game, then was in the lineup the next day. And it was getaway day. And so he had never taken a flight on a major league charter before. So after the game, he got on the charter and he couldn't believe the amount of food on the charter. And so he made himself a to-go plate because he didn't know how it worked. He took food with him off the plane. But now he's an old pro at flying on the charter. James has done well with the bases loaded this year. Ball, one strike. He has not one but 2 grand slams on the season. He's come up big when the bases have been full, trying to do it here in the second inning. One ball and 2 strikes to Outman.
Okay, well, James has got him right where he wants him. Both this inning, Muncy had 2 strikes against him, so did Hayward, and both of them reached base, so we'll see a little bit more of the same.
Two is high. No score, top of the second inning. 2-2 pitch. 3-2.
Just keep your sights out over the plate if you're James Outman right now. You're playing defense, thinking left center as a hitter.
Seabold's payoff pitch to James Outman. And that is into right field. Dodgers will get on the board. Muncy scores. 1-0. James Outman with an RBI base hit. "35th run batted in on the season for Outman."
Really good at bat by the young man. Had 2 strikes right away. They tried to go breaking ball. You know, they did the same thing against him Saturday in Houston. They tried to sneak a breaking ball in a 3-1 count, and he hit it off the right field wall.
Miguel Rojas, the number 9 hitter. The bases loaded. It's 0-1. Just a number on Seabold, too, AK, to think about. 8 of his 20 walks this season have been leadoff walks. And the leadoff walk to Muncy came back to bite him. 0-1 pitch now to Miguel. It's 0-2. Outman with his 5th hit in his last 4 games, 5 for his last 13. He gets the Dodgers on the board with a base hit. "0-2 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Talking to some folks before the game who see a lot of baseball in this ballpark. They think that tonight, with the 90-degree temperature and everything else, a few of them in separate conversations all figured there'd be some runs scored. There was some runs scored here the other day. The Angels beat them 25-1, but lost the series 2 games to 1. Rockies beat them 2 out of 3, but the middle frame they lost 25-1. The Angels scoring 13 runs in 1 inning. It was the largest margin of defeat in franchise history, and the most runs scored in 1 inning in franchise history. Playing in Denver and seeing some of the scores, the Rockies giving up 25 runs, quite a bit, but they've had other games like that. They call them Coors Field Classics. Full count to Rojas.
Another situation. They had Rojas 0-2. Seabold now in a 3-2 count.
This will be the 31st pitch of the inning. And it is looped into right field and going back on it is Grichuk. This will plate another run as Peralta will tag and score. Sacrifice fly for Rojas. 2-0 Dodgers.
Right, so the Dodgers again get some production from the bottom part of the lineup. Guys are having good at-bats. They're down 2 strikes. They're battling. Productive outs.
Dodgers with more sacrifice flies than anybody else in the National League. 32. And already bullpen action for the Rockies. Lambert warming up. First and second, 2 down for Mookie. Ball 1.
Little different situation now for Mookie. The area between the mound and home plate, there aren't any shadows. Just dark. But still getting that slider.
Now, when you have a guy who you know is more than half the time fastball and about 35% slider, what's your approach at the plate?
Sitting on a fastball. Just wait. And again, though, obviously right now he's not picking it up. I mean, that's the situation. You can have all the data you want, but the bottom line is once you get in the box, if you're not seeing the ball well, it doesn't matter. The guy could say, hey, look, I'm throwing this pitch, and you don't see it. It doesn't matter.
Down to third. Backhand by McCann. That's a challenge over there with the sun in your face. Dodgers pick up 2. After an inning and a half, it's the Dodgers 2 and the Rockies nothing. Is where the first baseman has to look at this time of night. In Montero not wearing any glasses. Freddie Freeman is. And that's what it looks like. You've seen that before. It's got to be the most difficult time to play first base anywhere in the major leagues.
Yeah, not ideal. And sometimes a third baseman or shortstop, you can completely lose them in the sun. What you tell the guys, sometimes they have to get to certain areas. They'll field the ball and they'll take a step to the right or left to get out of that way of the sun. Also keep the ball low. That last throw that McMahon threw to Montero was down low.
Elias Diaz takes high.
It's pretty gutsy, though. He's going without the sunglasses. I mean, that reminds me of the Adrian Beltre playing third without a cup. I mean, it's right the same lines for me.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
So in this case, glasses would be considered protective equipment.
Glasses would be protective equipment. You just have them on your face, though.
Okay. Two balls, 2 strikes to the Rockies catcher, Elias Diaz, who may get to Seattle. He's having an all-star type year. A very good year for the Rockies.
Well, you figure who's their representative. I mean, maybe McMahon at third, but you're right. I mean, this has got to be the guy.
It might be him. Two. 3-2. Up high. Fastball. Backhanded by Rojas. It's the foot and throws strongly onto first base, and Freddie picks it up through the sun. And now a word from Morongo.
Latin Sundays, live music and dancing at the sideline stage.
C.J. Cron is back in the lineup, and this is a guy the Rockies need to be the C.J. Cron of last year. He had a back issue. Came off the injured list today.
Yeah, the guy that they had signed to a multi-year deal and provided a lot of power.
1-0 pitch.
That's the thing, you figure he hasn't been in the lineup. Chris Bryant, Charlie Blackmon, a lot of familiar names, experienced guys.
1-1. It's 1-2. Speaking of Chris Bryant, well, there's Charlie Blackmon right there. You can see the medical device he's got on there. He's a ways away from coming back. He's another one of those fly fishermen. He's an avid fly fisherman, so the cast can't be good for that. Oh, swinging bunt. That'll be picked up by Kershaw. It'll toss to first for the out. As you mentioned, Chris Bryant, he was supposed to go to Albuquerque in AAA for a rehab stint today. His flight was canceled, so he's going to be set back an extra day as a result. Bud Black does not have the services of Chris Bryant, and for a lot of the time that Bryant's been a Rocky, he hasn't been able to play.
Just hasn't gone well ever since he signed.
Little Grichuk takes a strike. Grichuk came up with the Cardinals. He's found a home here in Colorado. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Rockies right fielder. 2 outs, nobody on, 1-1. Wow, way out in front.
He had a nice little run in Toronto, and what he's known for, right, is he was the pick. See Kirsch with the breaking ball there. He was the pick that the Angels had. They had 2, right? They took him right before Mike Trout.
Strike 3. Kirsch got him looking. Strikeout number 1 for Clayton Kershaw. 6 up and 6 down through 2 innings for Kirsch.
The final week of the 2023 Scott's MLB All-Star Ballot is here. Decide if your favorite Dodger is in the starting lineup by scanning the QR code on the screen, or vote daily at MLB.com/vote.
Freddie Freeman facing Seabold here to start the 3rd, and he drives one up the middle for a base hit. That is career hit 2001. Freddie 1 for 2 tonight.
Not wasting any time, jumping on that first pitch right there. Good part of the plate. Shoots it up the middle. I mean, again, the guy just he does so many things at the plate. I don't even know how you attack him. I'd love to hear the book on how to get Freddie Freeman out.
That'll be a small book.
Right.
Pretty short read. Inside to Will. Look at the All-Star finalists right there. Mookie, Freddie, Will, and J.D. Martinez. Will might need a little bit more of a push in the vote in the last round here to be a starter.
No, I'm right there with you. Dodger fans have to get out there and vote. You know that folks in Atlanta are going to be.
Will hits this one in the air to left. Waiting for it to come down. Profar will make the catch. Freddie back to first.
Folks in Atlanta are going to be out there pushing their guys as well. And I showed earlier that graphic. Murphy having a heck of a year, but it's up to the Dodger fans.
Max Muncy, second time to the plate. Walked and scored last inning. Led the inning off with a walk. 1 out, Freeman at first.
And one of the good things about that first at bat that Max had, besides getting down to first base, was seeing so many pitches. Getting acclimated again, back at the big league level.
When you see so many pitches in one at bat, how does that help you in your next at bat against that same pitcher?
Well, you've got a book. You've seen just about everything that he's had to offer. And I think just more than anything, Max getting into game competition again. Not only does it help him against Seabold, but just the whole time you think. Simulated games are great, but they are not the same.
You know, when they simulate a game, you're going into the dugout to sit down. You're not playing defense.
Hey, you're out there. It's early in the day. Coaches are out there. There's people running in the outfield. I mean,
You go out there and take a couple ground balls and you come in.
You're in shorts. You're it's
different. That's on the corner for a strike.
As a big corner. I mean, it's 2 pitches now that Max Muncy has been correct in not offering. Doug Eddings. That's not even on the edge. That's flat out outside.
Popped up. McMahon giving chase, and he'll make the catch over by the rain tarp. That's a heck of a play to go that distance and make the catch for the second out.
Yeah, he had been rotated over more towards the shortstop position. You can see in the screen right there. When we talked about it, his athleticism is exceptional. Stays with it, knows where he's at, finds the tarp. It's a nice grab by the young man.
J.D. Martinez 0 for 1 tonight. Fly to right in second. 1 on, 2 down. J.D. talks about with his swing is basically compressing the ball, getting to the ball quickly. Is that old philosophy, short to it, long through?
Short to it, yep, you got it. You must have done some hitting in your day, Timmy. Short to it, long through it.
Yeah, I did, and then I'd wake up in the morning. Go. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one hit well to right field. Grichuk going back. He's going to look up. It's going a home run. Career home run, 299 for J.D. Martinez. It's a 2-out, 2-run shot, and the Dodgers lead it 4-0. An opposite field home run from J.D.
Well, you know, he loves going to right center and lets his ball travel a little bit more and up out over the plate. Lets his hands do the work, lets it travel. Adding to the resume at Colorado.
He rakes in this ballpark, and he continues to do so. David Peralta swinging a miss. I mentioned that to the skipper, Dave Roberts, today during batting practice. I said, you know what his average is? We were watching him hit in the cage. You know what his average is in this ballpark? He goes, no. I said, 438. Should have seen the look on his face. He said, you're kidding me. That's a long run for McMahon, and he's able to make the play. Wow. Ryan McMahon, good defensive play, but J.D. Martinez puts 2 more on the board for the Dodgers. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The Diablo Burger is back. My Rewards members get a single for just $6.66 on the Carl's Jr. app. Kershaw right back to work. Luis Montero, the first baseman, with a strike on him, 0-1. 29th pitch. This will be the 30th for Kershaw. And keep in mind that Seabold needed 35 alone in the second inning. So in terms of pitch efficiency, Kershaw with the advantage. Ground ball to Rojas. Charging. 1 out.
So far, Kirsch, 7 outs recorded on the breaking ball. That was a question. I didn't know. Like, he's been great in June, but he has struggled a little bit with that slider the last 2 years. Early on, he looks dominant.
Been very good this month. Coco Montez lines one to right. Jason Hayward standing in the way. 2 down. His last outing, just take that for instance. June, 133 ERA, but his last outing, 7 shutout innings against the Angels. And he's had a number of those types of outings this year. 7+ innings, no runs allowed. Brenton Doyle is the center fielder. Strike 1. Rockies like this kid. He does lead the team in stolen bases. He's got great speed. So he's very good defensively. He can go get it in this big outfield.
Yeah, a ton of tools. The only thing he's lacking, right, is experience. And that's something with the way the Rockies, the season has gone so far. There will be a lot of young players that get some big league time.
Doyle was a little out in front there.
Oh.
Kershaw had 1 and 2. The lefty winds and fires.
It's a heck of a take by the young man right there. I don't know if he took it because he saw it was going to be a ball, or he just got fooled and couldn't pull the trigger.
2-2, ripped foul down the third base side. Doyle, 6 home runs too. He has filled a hole with Charlie Blackmon unable to play in the outfield, so seeing time in center. Now, the Rockies either have to draft and develop pitchers. I mean, they try to do it pretty well with hitters, and they've done pretty well with that in the past. But with pitching, it's always been an issue here at Coors Field, especially when it comes to signing free agents. Second strikeout of the game for Clayton Kershaw. 9 up and 9 down through 3 innings.
Celebrate Hawaiian culture and have a luau night in you. If you purchase a special ticket pack, you can receive one of these Hawaiian Dodger themed jerseys that Bobby Miller is modeling right now. So make sure you go to Dodgers.com/promotions to get your tickets today. Again, it's a special ticket pack to get one of these Dodgers themed Hawaiian shirts, guys.
All right. Aloha, Bobby.
We're good.
It's a
model over here. What could I say?
That might be a first for him, having to model during a game.
You throw in one of those grass skirts, he'd be locked in, right?
Oh, Jason Hayward takes a strike from Connor Siebold. 4-0 Dodgers starting the top of the 4th inning. Well, there was a rumor that you might be in possession of one of those Hawaiian shirts soon.
I like those.
Oh, they look nice. 0-2 now to Hayward, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Bobby and Emmett Sheen conferring. They didn't even let me keep the shirt, Emmett. 0-2 to Hayward. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Guys, well, I can confirm the guys down here, they really like the shirt. It's kind of like how the bucket hat seems everyone wanted one of the Father's Day ones. Yeah. I think this Hawaiian shirt is going to be a quick one that's going to be taken by these guys down here, so make sure you get your tickets.
I'm going to guess that we're going to start seeing him wear it on the airplane soon.
Right.
That'll be the new travel uniform. Two and 2 to Hayward. This one will head toward the right field corner. That's going to get down and cut off by Grichuk around first, and on his way to second is Hayward with a double, his 9th 2-base hit of the season. And the Dodgers have had the leadoff man aboard for 3 straight innings.
Yeah, another productive at bat by Jason Hayward. Down 0-2 again. Remember, down 0-2 his first at bat. He ended up getting hit by a pitch. Here, they try to go up and away, and he doesn't let it get past him. I mean, it really is amazing what he's been able to do defensively, offensively. A minor league contract.
James Outman. That's up. I mean, you think about it, right? Ball club signs him to a minor league contract. The production that he's had, what he's been able to do, an absolute offseason steal right here.
I mean, we can just keep talking about it.
Seabold stretch in the 1-0.
And one of the other things you talked about earlier, prior to the game tonight, was it allows the Dodgers to put Mookie at second base. And it just makes the lineup that much stronger. You're not losing much out in right field. Again, Jason's impacted this team in so many different ways.
You know, coming into spring training, I'm sure a lot of us had the same thought. Where does he fit? You know, where would he fit on the big league roster? But during spring training, he played his way onto it. Worked on his mechanics in his swing in the offseason, and it's paid off. 3-0. And James hits one up in the air to left field. Circling behind it is Profar. He'll make the catch. Hayward bluffs to go to third. Outman now 1 for 2.
And I don't mind that. People might be thinking 3-0. What's he doing swinging? He's not. But for him to at least have the confidence in his swing right now and the confidence in himself to offer at that, and he just missed it.
Miguel Rojas with a run batted in. Sacrifice fly his first time up. Get up there, runner in scoring position. Less than 2 outs. You have a different approach. You try to go the other way here, or just get the ball in the air again.
So there was something that, you know, I'd been taught early on, and it was when there's a guy out there at second base or even at third, look up and away as a right-handed hitter. Very rarely are pitchers going to want to come inside just because they're afraid that you might hit one out. They might leave it out over the plate. They're going to go away. They're not trying to throw up and away, trying to go down and away. But look for the mistake. Hit it into right center.
That one's toward the middle. Tovar gets a glove on it. Rojas is out. A pop-up slide at first and called out by first base umpire Lance Barrett. Hayward advancing to third on the play.
It's a heck of a play by Tovar, and I can honestly say I don't remember the last time I saw a pop-up slide at first base.
And the Dodgers will not look at it. So Miggy is out.
I mean, it's a nice looking slide, but I don't know that I've. You ever seen that? Come on.
No, not at first. I mean, you've seen head first slides, but you know, isn't the quickest way through just a run?
I will say this, the fact that he did it in such a clean manner, I mean, there wasn't any indecision.
Swing and a miss by Betts. He's 0 for 2 tonight. It's also dangerous to slide into first. Nothing in 1 to Mookie. Hayward at third base, 2 down. 4-0 Dodgers. Talking to Mookie about playing the infield today. Before the game, we were visiting outside the dugout, and he said, you know, I have a feeling that if I was to be an everyday shortstop, I would be an above average major league shortstop. He said, I feel that way. And I don't know if he'd be wrong. He said he feels like he's well, he's able to get out of the way there, but he feels like he's able to play second base better than short. But
see him rushing that ball, and hey, I would agree. I mean, what have you seen Mookie not do well? I mean, I mean, whether you're going to bowl, you're going to golf, you're going to play second, right, short.
That's popped up. And Jurickson Profar will find it. And the Dodgers will leave Hayward at third base and spoiled the leadoff double. 3.5 done, 4-0 Dodgers. His organization also, especially the family and friends of George Frazier, the former Major League pitcher, former color analyst on Rockies television for a lot of years, passed away last week. George was a wonderful man, always tried to help anybody that he was around, always eager and willing to share information about his ball club. A funny guy too. Do you know Frazier at all?
Met him a few times when he was calling games here for the Rockies. Never had the opportunity to work with him though.
I called some games with Frazier here.
Yep.
And just a wonderful, wonderful guy. He'll be missed. Many members of the Rockies organization are going to be leaving Thursday for his funeral. Fly ball left field off the bat of Profar, and Peralta there for the out. One down in the Rockies' fourth. Kirsch just doing what Kirsch does. In search of his 10th victory. Zach Gallen is tied with him in the National League for wins of the Diamondbacks, pitching tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays. That series in Arizona. Still, the Rays have the best record in all of baseball. Ezekiel Tovar cues this one fouling out of play. Again, we get back to the schedule for the Dodgers, EK. This is a time when they've got to make hay. You can't play down to your level, your competitors' level here. You got the Rockies in the basement, and the National League West and the American League Central. The Royals are in the basement. And you get the Pirates coming in, and they've been in free fall in the National League Central. And the Angels after that. So we'll take advantage of this part of the schedule. Well, that one's right into the glove of Rojas for the out. A little soft line drive. Miggy laid out and records out number 2 in the fourth.
Yeah, you mentioned this ball not hit all that hard, but you see Miggy gets a good first step. Able to time it. Sometimes those are tough because it doesn't come off the bat as hard as you think. It has kind of a diving action.
Strike one to McMahon.
Miggy stayed with it though.
McMahon grounded out to Rojas in the first. Miggy's been busy. He's got 3 infield assists already and a putout. And this time he's going to take another one. Max Muncy almost got in the way, but the throw's there on time. And Clayton Kershaw with a 9-pitch inning. He's retired 12 in a row. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. You're looking at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Morrison, Colorado, just to the west of Denver. Tons of great concerts over the years have been performed there. One of the marquee venues in this region. Dodgers with a 4-0 lead. Top of the 5th inning, Freddie to lead off. Seabold still in there. You look at the pitch mix, CK, for Seabold. He's gone back to the fastball quite a bit. 42 fastballs, 25 sliders, 12 changeups.
So that's a little bit, it's right on par for what he does, right? I just don't know how you get away with a fastball in this ballpark that, 92, 93, unless you've got just crazy movement.
1-1 pitch. In the air to left, slicing. Profar on the run, and he will make the catch. It can be a tough corner there, and Profar handled it pretty well. Freeman is out.
Yeah, Profar, you see him stick out that right hand just in case he's getting near the wall, and he does. You mentioned stays with it. Hey, Tim, if I could take this moment right now, Bob Guerin, great Dodger coach, wanted to wish his mom, May, a happy 96th. So, May,
Wow.
happy 96. There's your son, Bob. Hard at work, but thinking of you.
Trying to get you a win tonight, May. Fortunately, Bob's been involved in a lot of wins in the Dodger uniform.
Man.
Happy birthday, May. 1-0 to Will. Ball, 1 strike. Seabold's 1-1. Will did go around, says Lance Barrett. Barrett first tonight. He'll have the plate tomorrow night. You know what you don't hear about much anymore? The hangover from the WBC. Players that didn't have full spring training with their clubs, but were playing in competitive games. Will was involved in that. You know, but for the Dodgers players and a few others, they had the benefit of having spring training in Arizona,
yep,
where the first round games were played in Phoenix, so they could stay where they would normally stay. They could come over to the Dodger complex if they needed to.
You know who may beg to differ with you on that? The St. Louis Cardinals. And I want to say they had, I believe there were 18 guys that were participating on various countries, and the season has not gone well for them.
Not at all. Especially for their third baseman who used to play here.
Right.
Nolan Arenado, who might not be the best Nolan on the team anymore. Nolan Gorman.
Right.
That's saying something because Arenado's really good. And they miss him here in Colorado. 3-2. Strike 3 call. That one looked up. That was an up fastball and it looked out of the zone, but Doug Eddings, he's got the reputation of having a very generous strike zone. We've seen it tonight. Might have caught the corner.
And I think more than anything, the way that Will handled that is, yeah, okay, he's going to have to wear that. But remember, he's got to work behind the plate. Clayton Kershaw is throwing well right now. He doesn't want to upset Doug.
2 outs. Max Muncy takes a strike. Well, that's pretty much any time for a catcher. You have to handle that differently.
You have to, right? Easy to say, but if you're just getting rung up there on a pitch you didn't like.
It's hard to not feel it because these guys are so ultra competitive.
Yep.
Left-handed action now in the Rockies pen. Ham warming up. The leash on Seabold getting shorter and shorter. Brad Hand, who was sought after reliever a couple of years ago by a number of teams. 2-1 pitch. 2-2. Runs on 5 hits for the Dodgers. Home run by J.D. Martinez tonight. And Max chases the changeup and strikes out. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. Middle of the 5th in Denver. Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 10th at 4 p.m. Then catch the 93rd Major League Baseball All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 11th 4 p.m. on Fox. Kershaw with 14 straight scoreless innings going back to the game he pitched against the White Sox. Elias Diaz. Ball in 1 strike. 12 up and 12 down for Kershaw. Auspicious beginning. 1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
And he's been keeping his defense involved as well. Only 2 strikeouts this evening. A lot of soft contact.
The Rockies have put the ball in play. Again, as you mentioned, not much, overly hard contact. Falling behind Diaz. 3-1. He walked him. First walk issued, and that ends the string. A leadoff walk in the bottom of the 5th. First base runner against Kershaw tonight.
And we've seen a few pitches that have been arm side fastballs that have gotten away from him just a little bit. Been using the breaking ball well. 11 of his 12 outs tonight on the breaking ball. 6 with the curveball, 5 with the slider.
C.J. Cron, the designated hitter. Strike call to him. I've always looked at Cron and wondered if that's what Cody Bellinger saw when he looked in the mirror with that batting stance. Just that straight upright stance.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good call.
1 ball and 1 strike. Signature stretch by Kershaw. Now the pitch, ground ball to Rojas. He flips to Mookie. 1, the turn. That's a double play. Cleans up that leadoff walk. 2 down.
Well, we just got done talking about it. Kersh keeping the defense involved. Defense helps him out right there. Mookie with the nice turn. Miggy playing that solid short.
Randall Grichuk struck out looking in the 2nd. This one sliced foul, well out of play. Last few years, last 3 years, you look at what Kershaw has done against the Rockies, and it hasn't been his best. The ERA has been an issue, but it's been so starkly different home and road. In Colorado, the ERA is 8.4, which is enormously high for Kersh. At Dodger Stadium, 0.82.
I mean, you expect a higher ERA on the road, but obviously not that. But we talked about it the last few years. The slider has not been as effective. Guys are hitting 333 off that pitch coming in tonight here at Coors over the last 2 years. Just in comparison, historically, coming into this evening at Coors Field, that slider, 199 average. I mean, he's dominated with it.
2-2 to Grichuk. This month in June, he's been pretty good with 2 strikes on a hitter. In fact, the average against Kershaw with 2 strikes during the month of June, just 173. Although against the Angels, 3 of the 5 hits he gave up came with 2 strikes. But it didn't matter. He didn't give up any runs. 2 outs in the 2-2 pitch. 3-2.
So last time when he had that 3-ball count, he had gone to that fastball. It ran away from him, up and away. Gonna go slider here.
8th pitch of the at bat is driven straight down foul. Payoff pitch. Ground ball to short. There's Rojas again. And Freddie fighting the sun, able to make the play. We told you how difficult it can be over there, and Freddie experienced it firsthand. But Clayton Kershaw
Friday on the next episode of Backstage Dodgers presented by Cadillac. Rookie outfielder and SoCal native Johnny DeLuca pays his family and former high school a visit, and 3 members of the legendary Dodger infield reunite at Dodger Stadium. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers this Friday.
Lefty Brad Hand takes over for Connor Siebold, and now looks like Lance Barrett, the first base umpire, wanted to get something shiny off the arm.
Didn't want the felt like the sun was down. You don't really need the suntan lotion at this juncture of the game. You wipe that off. Get that with a little of the rosin. Could be a little sweat, right?
Hand will face J.D. Martinez, who has homered tonight. He swings and drives it deep to left field. This ball is gone. Career homer number 300 for J.D. Martinez. Oh, how do you like it? A 2-homer night for J.D. No doubter for Martinez as he jumps all over Brad Hand. Multi-home run game for the Dodger DH. Sort of have a feeling he's not done in this series anyway.
How about he hit a home run to right field, gets that ball right there, takes it out to left. So good.
His last home run before tonight was June 10th at Philadelphia against the Phillies. And now has his 3rd multi-home run game of the season. He had one last on the 22nd of May. And that came against Atlanta. In Atlanta. Memorable night for J.D. Martinez, and the Dodgers now with a 5-0 lead. Peralta pops this one out of play, foul. Milestone for Martinez.
His ball just drops down and in, and JD just drops the bat head out there and serves that thing into the left field seats.
That one off the fist down to McMahon. On down. The newest member of the 300 club right there.
A lot of celebrating this year for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, the 300th home run, 2000th hit. JD.
Strike to Hayward. Hayward doubled last time up. As you know, that celebrating's great, but you want to celebrate the end of October.
Right. But I like so far, at least tonight, what the Dodgers are doing. They're taking advantage of playing against the Rockies. They're getting right. They're having some good at-bats. Kirsch is out there pitching like it's, you know, a winner-take-all game.
There's a shot down to first. Montero handles it. Underhand toss to Hand. 2 down.
Dodgers have been playing some good baseball ever since that 3-game series against the Giants, and you know there's all, oh my goodness, what's happening in that Sunday blowout game, oh my goodness, blah blah blah.
Sky is falling,
right? No, the sky fell and another one was falling and everybody was out of sorts, but they rebounded well and played some good baseball.
We haven't even reached the halfway mark of the season. That'll come Friday in Kansas City.
Yeah, so, I mean, such a long way to go. My guess is that the team will look different in the coming months. It's, again, you're just jockeying for position right now, seeing where you're at. But a lot of these clubs that have October on their mind are going to be significantly different in what their rosters look like and how they play the game.
0-2 to James Outman coming from Brad Hand. Slider outside. Was able to hold the swing. Says Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief. And the 1-2. The slider. You know, going in against Hand, you're going to see a bunch of those. In fact, most relievers with a slider or the sweeper, either one coming out of the bullpen in today's game. Going to have that secondary pitch. That's to right field and a base hit. 2-out single for Outman, and he is 2 for 3.
As a hitter, you always like to see the results, but more importantly, you want to feel good and you want to feel confident. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight from James Outman. It wasn't because of the first hit, it wasn't because of this hit, but I saw it in that second at bat. The 3-0 pitch he offered at wasn't a hit, but the fact that he was confident enough to go after it.
Miguel Rojas. A look at a strike. Been busy out there in the field today. Started a double play in the bottom of the 5th. Finished it up. Another infield assist.
Yeah, that's one thing that you can say about him is that the offense doesn't get taken out to the field. He's been as steady as they come, contributes in any way he can.
Nothing into the count.
About the Dodger offense this evening, the 1 through 4 guys, one hit from the top 4. 5 through 9, 6 for 12, 4 extra base hits, 5 RBIs. They've been carrying it.
They have been. Don't let those top 3 get hot if you're the Rockies.
Oh, right.
it's going to be tough. Nick Mears, right-hander, now loosening. The Dodgers offense has been very, very good. They're tied for second in home runs and extra base hits. Maybe to right field. It's going to hang up for Grichuk, though. He makes the chest-high catch. A milestone moment for J.D. Martinez. Home run number 300. Your Lexus dealers, look at those numbers. One pretty important one in there, 2 pretty important ones in there, but only 65 pitches. The pitch economy tonight has been very, very good. He's averaging just 13 pitches an inning.
Well, super efficient, and I think one of the reasons why that pitch count is down. Only 2 strikeouts. Keeping his defense involved. They've been good behind him, turning a double play, and Kershaw looking good.
Luis Montero fouls it back for strike 1. This is the time in a game in a Kershaw outing. You might want to, this is like the phone a friend portion of the game, because you might want to call a friend, text a friend, tell them to tune in. This is that type of game. 0-1, and now it's 0-2.
Yeah, he's been throwing well tonight, and again, just the way that he's been able to move the ball around the zone, and I don't know that he's had his good fastball tonight, but the breaking balls have been outstanding.
Kershaw has been marvelous. 0-2 to Montero. Will Smith using the tools of ignorance to make sure that ball didn't get by.
Hope he's not wearing sunglasses. Yeah, he's good.
Does have a visor up there, though. Kirsch's 1-2. Down to third, and Muncy on a wicked hop. Goes high. Freddie holds the bag. There's one out. A hot shot at the hot corner.
Welcome back, Max Muncy, huh? I don't know, that self-defense down there, right? It just hit you like, oh, man. Freddie doing a nice job of coming back down on the bag.
Kershaw looking into the dugout and saying something here, and home plate umpire Doug Edwards was just out there to talk to him. Not sure what he was having a word to the dugout about.
That ball came off the bat at 104.9 miles an hour. Like, I just, again, that's self-defense down there at third.
Coco Montez, second baseman, chops it foul. I mean, that's like, you know, a goaltender.
Right. Yeah.
When you're shorthanded, they're on the power play, and you keep getting slap shots. High velocity rockets that are hit at you. So he was able to handle it, and he's got another chance here. That one a little more routine. 2 down.
But that's one of the things tonight that, because Kirsch isn't striking out a lot of guys, we mentioned only 2 strikeouts so far, he's keeping his infield involved. And as an infielder, you're ready on every pitch, because the way this game has gone, you're thinking that this next one may be coming to me. When there are a lot of strikeouts and you're standing around, and yeah, it's great the guy's striking everybody out, but you can get stuck out there.
Brenton Doyle, the number 9 hitter, takes ball 1. So against Kershaw tonight, 14 balls have been put in play. 9 of them have been on the ground.
Yeah.
One 0 to Doyle. Doyle struck out his first time up. That was back in the 3rd inning. Kershaw clan is here. Ellen and the kids watching Dad work. You know, special for them too, because at some point in their life they'll say, hey, we got to do that, and we got to watch my dad do something not a lot of dads can do.
Huh.
2-2 to Doyle. And that's the first hit for the Rockies. Well, Kershaw, no hits through 5 2/3 innings tonight. And Brenton Doyle breaks it up here in the 6th.
It's a breaking ball. He just reaches out. And this ball hit hard. Muncy not able to get over there and glove it.
Back to the top of the Rockies order. 2 down and a man aboard. Doyle can run too. Leads the team in steals with 10. So far, switch hitter, batting right-handed against Kershaw. 0 for 2 tonight. Fly to center, fly to left. Two balls, no strikes. Signature stretch. And a little tapper foul. But it is special, I think, you know, for Clayton, as many years as he's been pitching and at the level he's been pitching, but you know, now on a 1-year deal. But it's special for him to have his family be able to come and spend time with him on the road, watch him pitch. And he spends a lot of time with them. There goes the runner. And he is out. So Doyle caught by Kershaw. Kershaw's allowed just one hit. We head to the 7th, 5-0 Dodgers.
Pizza is celebrating educators with the 2023 Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza plus a teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com.
Dodgers with a 5-0 lead as we enter the 7th inning here in the Rocky Mountains. Who's in, who's out? Brought to you by In-N-Out. Nick Mears, right-handed reliever, comes in for the lefty Brad Hand. Mears' 5th appearance of the season, an ERA of 3. Opponents hitting .182 against him. Hand pitched an inning, gave up 1 earned run on 2 hits. Mears facing Mookie Betts, top of the order for the Dodgers. First pitch up high. Mookie's 0 for 3 tonight. And the only hit from the top 3 in the order from Freeman in the 3rd inning. J.D. Martinez, 2 home runs tonight. Numbers 299 and 300. Clayton Kershaw through 6 has faced the minimum. There's a hot shot down to third, backhanded and dropped. Now on to first. The throw is wide, and Mookie will be aboard. That'll be an error on McMahon. And the leadoff man is on in the 7th. In the bullpen, Brusdar Gratterall loosening up. So Kershaw giving up the hit. And I suppose he's done now, or is he coming out for the 7th?
I mean, I don't know.
I think he'd be out for the 7th.
I don't know. I think you take him out.
Freeman, ground ball, called fair, and the tag play at second. The force was recorded at first, so a double play.
That's a sick play by Montero. I mean, the fact that that ball, it's taking him towards first base, able to glove it. Freddie hits that thing hard, touches the bag, and then able to make the throw. That's really a heck of a play. I mean, Freddie, I know he hit it. He wants to base it. He wants that foul, I think.
The only problem is that is not a reviewable call.
Right.
Because it's right at the umpire who is in front of the bag. If it goes behind him, that's Lance Barrett who made the call. If it goes behind him into right field, then it would be reviewable. But if it's right at the umpire in front of him, a play like that, that's not reviewable. The only time it is when there's a line shot or one hopper or something that forces the umpire to have to lose his position. Meaning if he has to move to get out of the way, then they could challenge. But other than that, you can't.
I'm going to just take your word for all that, Tim, because I don't know that rule.
Now you do. Now you do.
I got it now.
Didn't have to worry about all that stuff back
That's right.
when you were out there.
Regardless, that was a heck of a play.
It was. Oh, blooper out to shallow right. In comes Grichuk. And a terrific double play by Ilaris Montero. And we go to the 7th, 5-0 Dodgers. Is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Clayton Kershaw, awesome again tonight. 6 innings for Kershaw, just 1 hit, no runs. In fact, if you look at what he did, EK, threw the slider 34 times, fastball 26 times, the curveball 19 times, and he now has a string of 16 straight shutout innings.
Yeah, he had great stuff tonight. As you mentioned, he faced the minimum, doing a little bit of everything. It looked like there he told Dave that he's done. I'm done. Yeah.
He made the call. I think once the hit happened, got to look at it here. He just called it. You get some other factors too. You get, of course, field factor.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing too. Hopefully just being protective, right? He's been throwing well, hasn't missed a start. Long season, and he's been the guy. I mean, he has been the guy.
Profar leading off in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's Gratterall. Profar was left at the altar when Brenton Doyle tried to steal, and Kershaw went to first. Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts did the rest to record the last out of the bottom of the 6th. Strike 2 to Profar. It'll be up to the bullpen now to get Kershaw a decision tonight, and they are trying to get him his 10th win, which would put him just one behind the major league leader. Shane McClanahan of Tampa Bay has 11. There's a bouncer. It deflected off the glove of Gratterall, and Rojas with an easy play, so that'll be a 1-6-3 put-up.
We said it'll be up to the bullpen. The bullpen's been great. I mean, ever since that San Francisco series, they have been absolutely electric. Come in and done the job. Excellent against Houston.
Over the last 6 games, bullpen's been dynamite. Look at 26 2/3 innings. They've got an ERA of 0.34. Late swing, but look at that, 0.34. They allowed 3 runs, only one of them earned over the last 6 games. Well, the bullpen will get some work in tonight. Little chopper slowly hit to third, and that's going to get past Muncy. Tovar didn't realize it. He was thinking that Muncy was going to make the play, so he didn't turn around first base. Tovar aboard. One of those do or die plays.
I mean, it's a do or die, but also you have to remember Max hasn't been out there, and again, he had that one ball hit to him that was about 105 miles an hour. But that to try to come in after not having played, plus he had a hamstring issue. At a 5-0 lead, you just kind of want to just eat that.
Well, that'll be ruled a base hit for Tovar. And McMahon waving through it. McMahon has hit the ball on the ground twice to shortstop. 0 for 2. Time called there by McMahon and granted. And Doug Eddings doesn't have to grant timeout.
See, so like right now he's back in and he's engaged with 20 seconds. I'd just stand there if I were on the mound. I'd stand there until it got down to 1 and then throw. That's what I haven't quite figured that out, like why pitchers don't take advantage of that, because a hitter having to sit there and there's nothing he can do. He can't call timeout again.
You're only allowed 1. 0-2 pitch to McMahon from Gratterall. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was one of the things there were many conversations about, was the pitch clock in spring training. How do you handle it? Do you, as soon as the hitter is ready, stand there and make him wait, or do you quick pitch, or what do you do? And I guess a lot of guys had different theories, but we've seen, I think, more pitchers just kind of playing it straight up than not.
I can tell you this theory: no hitter wants to stand in there in the box for 10 seconds, let alone, I mean, Gratterall could have stood there for 18 seconds.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, the thing is it may be uncomfortable for Gratterall, and that, that's a whole different case. But as a hitter,
2-2 pitch. The Rockies have not had a runner get into scoring position tonight. So this is just the second at bat with a runner on. Remember, Doyle ran into an out, and then Diaz, who was walked by Kershaw in the 5th. That's up the middle for a base hit. And Tovar will head to third. So this is the first runner they have in scoring position.
Well, you mentioned McMahon had previously hit the ball in his 2 at-bats on the ground, and this one finds some grass in the outfield.
First and third, one out. Diaz, the catcher, up. And a ground ball to third. Muncy goes to second. Mookie the turn. Around the horn they go. That's the double play. Nothing across for the Rockies. We go to the 8th. Dodgers leading 5-0.
6 for Tony Gonsolin bobblehead night presented by 76. For tickets and more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Here's the real one. Maybe they should have got a winter hat for his bobblehead. He's always wearing one.
Or holding the cap, right?
Yeah. He's shaking his head no. I don't think he agrees. Max Muncy, a swing and a miss. People think that Tony's just all about cats. He's told me he does like dogs. He's fostered dogs in the past. But he got a lot of mileage after going to that St. Patrick's Day cat show in spring training a couple of years ago. Well, something's up on the mound for the Rockies. Mears gets a visit from the trainer. Bud Black.
Yeah, you just hate to see that. You know, a pitcher calls to the dugout. That's a, pitching is just, you never know, one pitch away.
So quickly getting some action going. Matt Cook will come out. Matt Cook just recalled today from AAA. He's going to come out and pitch. So Bud Black's going to give him the ball. Mears is out. An injury we'll find out about in just a little bit. Timeout in Denver, 5-0. Denver, same times here on Sportsnet LA. Then on to Kansas City Friday. Saturday will be on Fox. Then back here on Sportsnet LA Sunday in the early part of the day. The new pitcher is Matt Cook. This year in Albuquerque, 29 appearances. He just had his contract selected today by the big club. Tonight, as far as pitching is concerned, has been about Clayton Kershaw. 5 2/3 no-hit innings. And he was sensational considering he didn't have the put-away pitch, the strikeout. A lot of ground balls, a lot of soft contact.
No, he didn't have the put-away pitch, but he had the great defense behind him and kept guys in the ball game. You mentioned only 2 strikeouts, and that defense supported him all night long.
J.D. Martinez, a big part of the story tonight as well offensively. A 2-home-run game, his 3rd of the year. But milestone home runs. He goes Oppo for career home run number 299. This is 300. J.D. due up here in the 8th.
You know, he's been another one. We always talk about Jason Hayward, obviously the minor league deal, but J.D. Martinez coming to the Dodgers and having to fit right into that DH role. He didn't have a J.D. Martinez season last year, 16 home runs. But this year he's just fit in nicely, and it's been that power production, driving in runs. It's been good.
The one plus for him last year was his doubles production. With over 40 doubles. And right now, when you look at the doubles for him, he's almost halfway there now at 19. Not even halfway through the season. But the home runs are coming here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, the slug has been outstanding. And again, it's just whether it's Max Muncy coming back tonight or having J.D. Martinez in the lineup, it's that presence. And sometimes the reputation is what the pitchers are throwing to, and that speaks volumes.
So J.D. making a valid argument that he should be not only an all-star, but perhaps a starter at the DH spot. Those numbers coming into the game tonight for Betts, Freeman, Smith, and Martinez. All good.
I see them all in Seattle. I don't see any reason why. Why not, I should say, right?
Max Muncy will lead off the Dodger 8. Muncy 0 for 2 with a walk. Max is not going to play all 3 games, as Kirsten reported in our open tonight. More than likely he will be off tomorrow, just coming off the IL. So he'll get a day off tomorrow to recuperate, see how his hamstring feels after tonight. And then is expected to be back in there Thursday. 2-2 fouled back.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised last week when they were talking about Max target time was going to be Colorado, just because of trying to recover the altitude.
He goes out on strikes, 1 down.
But Max was confident, and so were the Dodgers. So here we go.
See Diaz, he was set up outside, and that pitch came down the middle.
Yeah. If guys could throw him where the catcher's glove was every time, there'd be 0 hitting going on.
So JD looking for another one he can drive. 11th active player with 300 or more home runs. He's at 300 even. Over the course of his career, he has had three home run games. He's had 1 4-home run game. Dodger fans remember that. It was when he was with Arizona. This one's popped up and a long run for Montero, and he'll make the catch. Oh, JD's out.
Montero doing a nice job of sticking with it.
He's still learning some aspects of first base. He typically a third baseman. He played a lot of third base. The Rockies want to see if he can turn into an everyday first baseman. Peralta toward the middle. Tovar tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. Dodgers still leading as we head into the home half of the 8th inning. For Access Sportsnet Dodgers, Nomar Garciaparra, James Loney, John Hartog getting it done in the studio. They'll break this one down. That's coming up right after the final out. Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Ryan Brazier takes over. Newcomer for the Dodgers. Right-handed reliever who started his career with the Angels. Spent the bulk of his big league time with Boston. He was a big part of their bullpen in 2018 when Boston won the World Series. He pitched against the Dodgers in that World Series, but things did not go very well in Boston this year. The Dodgers ended up signing him to a minor league contract on June 4th. He's facing C.J. Cron. Cron 0 for 2 tonight. Ryan Brazier, right-handed Texan, pitched for 2 seasons in Japan. Hiroshima for the Hiroshima Carp, 2016 and 17. 1-0 pitch. In the air to right field. Jason Hayward comes in. Can of corn for him, 1 out. Brazier, after the 2017 season in Japan, found that he couldn't find a job anywhere. And so he sent emails out to every team saying, I'm going to throw at this place at this particular time on this particular day. And I believe it was just a handful of teams even showed up, maybe 4. Strike call to Randall Grichuk. And he didn't hear anything right away, so he wasn't sure what was going on. So we went back home, continued to work out, and waited. Grichuk to shallow right. There's Hayward again, 2 down. And while Brazier was waiting, spring training had begun, and he didn't have any place to go. Spring training for pitchers and catchers was probably 3 weeks in. Full team had reported pretty much everywhere, and the exhibition games had started. Finally, he gets a call from the Red Sox saying, hey, how soon can you be in Fort Myers? We liked your slider. Strike to Montero. And by the time he got down there and then got himself into pitching shape, by the time they got him into exhibition games, there was only about a week left of the exhibition games.
Did he ask him why they didn't like it 3 weeks earlier?
It probably had crossed his mind. But it worked out for him.
That's crazy, though. You just talk about the persistence, right? Whether it's going to Japan, whether it's sending out emails. I mean, it's hard to play this game at this level, but some of the roads that guys travel just to get here, just kind of shake your head.
Oh, fly ball to left. Peralta under it. 3 up, 3 down, 3 fly balls, and a 7-pitch inning for Ryan Brazier. You back into Coors Field, top of the 9th inning. Over there at Caros, I'm Tim Never. Kirsten Watson with us as well. It's been a night for Clayton Kershaw and J.D. Martinez, 5-0. So we go to the final frame, and Jason Hayward will lead off against Matt Cook. Hayward tonight with a double. He's 1 for 2. Also hit by a pitch. Lifts this one to left center. It is a sprint for Doyle. Brenton Doyle gets over there to make the play. 1 down. Action in the Dodger pen. Right-hander Phil Bickford. And as far as a starter goes for tomorrow, Dave Roberts told the media, and he reiterated it to me afterward, that it all depends on what happens here tonight. Who's going to start tomorrow? So it'll be looked at like a bullpen game. Julio Urias is scheduled to rejoin the rotation on Saturday in Kansas City. Pushed him back a day. He was supposed to go Friday. Wanted to give him 1 more day. Once you get the extra starter back in there, you don't need those bullpen days anymore. At least that's the plan. Right, best laid plans. There'll be some more bullpen help on the way. Daniel Hudson expected to join the team in Kansas City.
I'm excited about him coming back. I thought last year when he went down with that knee injury, that changed a ton of different things just because of the way the bullpen was being used and the depth that he provided. Be good to see him back.
James Outman 2 for 3 with a run batted in tonight. Gets a hold of this one up in the air center field. Over to slight left center is Doyle. 2 down. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Well, Tim, with Daniel Hudson returning, not only is he just another high leverage guy that the team in the bullpen could use, from talking to the guys in the bullpen, he's an added leader. I mean, last year they had David Price as well as Daniel Hudson and guys like that to really give them the support. And so for him to be back, everyone is incredibly excited about just the veteran leadership that he really provides for that group.
He's a veteran and a leader. Rojas swinging a miss. And the problem he was having, one of the problems was recovering after his outings. I mean, we saw him throwing in spring training in backfields and didn't look any different, but it was afterward. He just wasn't recovering right. And now the reports are very good, especially after pitching down in Oklahoma City. Julio had good numbers over the weekend when he pitched in Rancho. Rehab start. Miggy to right center. Did he catch the gap? Yes, he did. That's going to go to the wall. Rojas into second with a 2-out double. Eighth double of the season for Miguel.
He lined out to right field in his previous at-bat. This pitch on the outer part of the plate. Again, he hasn't gotten a lot of results this year, but he's always going to give you a competitive in bat. He's going to grind. And every once in a while, he's going to run into a few.
Turns the order over, and Mookie pops it up. Mookie's had a tough night at the plate. And Mookie is going to be 0 for 5 as Montero puts it away. 3 outs to get. Dodgers up 5-0. Colorado nothing. Now hitting the Rockies 8-3. And Phil Bickford will have the ball here in the ninth to get 3 outs. His 25th appearance. 2-2. To lower that ERA. Opponent's hitting .263 against him. Well, look at the strikeouts to innings, right? That's one of the key things you look at for any reliever. 40 strikeouts to 29 innings pitched. That's impressive. A lot of relievers, if they're about even, that's pretty good. If they're under, meaning more innings than strikeouts. But Phil, far more strikeouts than innings pitched.
And one of his most impressive traits, they call down to that bullpen. They ask for him. He takes the ball.
So he will face Harold Castro, who comes on to pinch hit for Coco Montez in the ninth. Slider in there, back door, 0-1. Up and in, 0-2. Bud Black having to go to the bench here. Pinch hitter on deck. Here's the 0-2. That's up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's not always easy for relievers either. Sometimes if you have options left, you got to go down, make room for somebody. Phil's done that, but again, no matter when he's asked to take the ball, he does.
Well, it certainly hadn't been a straight line for him with this organization. As you mentioned, because he has options, rides that plane back and forth. Again, he's been so valuable just because they've been able to rely on him. He's been able to eat up innings. Takes the ball, as you mentioned, whenever he's asked.
2-2. Got him. Well, he elevated the fastball, struck him out. And there's 1 gone here in the ninth.
Just added to that resume that you were talking about, the strikeouts to innings pitch. You see that fastball clearly out of the zone, but Castro unable to lay off.
Now left-handed batter will face Phil. It's Nolan Jones. He's pretty high on Jones. He's hitting for Brenton Doyle. Doyle broke up Kershaw's no-hitter in the 7th. Or in the 6th, I should say. Speaking of no-hitters, today is the anniversary of a no-hitter in Dodger history. Jerry Royce in 1980 almost had a perfect game against the Giants at Candlestick. Came away with a no-hitter on this date, 1980. And 1981 came around and he was going to be the opening day starter. He got hurt, and so Tommy Lasorda said, well, who can we put in there? I guess we'll put this kid named Fernando. He'll start. Later this summer, Fernando will have his number retired.
Well deserved.
What a career. 2-2 to Nolan Jones. Jones retained his rookie eligible status for this year. It was determined he did not exceed 45 days on Cleveland's active roster last year. So he wanted to maintain his rookie status, and Major League Baseball gave it back to him this year. Full count. One out, bottom of the ninth. Will have to go talk it over with Bickford. Again, talking about Clayton Kershaw tonight, made his 414th Major League start, his 417th appearance, and he's 2 outs away from his 10th win of the year. Kershaw in the month of June, EK, has only allowed 4 earned runs in 33 innings pitched. That gives you an ERA of 1.09. What a month he's had. 3-2, walked him. Second walk issued in the ball game. First by Bickford. By the way, Arizona is leading Tampa Bay 7-4 in the 5th. Still a lot of baseball left there. Giants beat Toronto in Toronto 3-0 tonight.
God, those Giants, right? When we saw them at the beginning of the year, and you're thinking, well, they had some injuries.
Jerks and Profar apparently got out of the way of that pitch, and down to second base goes Jones.
Yeah, that pitch almost sliced him in half. I mean, the way that thing ran in, right about belt high. Oh my goodness. That would have left a mark, boys.
Two balls, no strikes. Bickford deals. That's too high. Now he falls way behind Profar. As he falls behind, Evan Phillips has to get up. Really, in the ideal situation, the Dodgers did not want to have anybody else get up tonight. 5-0 game in Coors Field. A lot of weird things happen in this ballpark. And now 2 men on. As Bickford has walked back-to-back men. And Mark Pryor will take the long, slow walk out and buy some time for Evan Phillips.
Yeah, 6 straight balls, and you're getting into that territory of, after Tovar, you've got Ryan McMahon and Diaz, really the Rockies' 2 best hitters. You don't want them coming up with the ability to tie the game with 1 swing.
Ezequiel Tovar, the batter, got a base hit in the 7th. Force play is in order. That's the good news. So Bickford can somehow get a ground ball to the infield here. We get a strike instead. Balls and 1 strike to Ezequiel Tovar. Rockies figure he's going to be the long-term answer at shortstop for the ball club. They've had some pretty good shortstops here. They've had Troy Tulowitzki. There was Trevor Story. Interesting how they let Trevor Story walk too.
Right.
Chance to deal him at the deadline, didn't do it. He walked. Rockies get nothing in return. Two balls, 1 strike to Tovar. Dotted it at the knees, 2-2. Pitcher's pitch. Hey, struck him out. And now the Rockies down to their last out. 2 strikeouts for Bickford.
Good visit by Mark Pryor. Came out, settled Bickford down, and just went right after Tovar.
I suppose that conversation went between Mark and Phil. Just strike this guy out.
Just throw some strikes. I'm trying.
Ryan McMahon with 2 down and 2 on. Swing and a miss at the fastball. All in 1. Bickford kicks and sends this one home high. Bickford got his 2nd win of the season on the 24th against Minnesota. Beg your pardon? Would have been against Houston. Minnesota was a while back. He got his first one against Minnesota. 2-1. Goes to 3-1. So 3-1. You're the hitter here. You got to figure you're going to get something good.
Well, you know he's going to try and throw you something good, but he's been all over the place. So you're still trying to be disciplined.
Popped up foul, and that's backing out of play, and the count full. Rockies down to their last strike tonight. Phil Bickford faces Ryan McMahon. 2 on, 2 out, last of the 9th. Payoff. Bases are loaded. 3 walks in the inning for Bickford. And now this is going to put the tying run on deck. So Dave Roberts is coming out to get Phil. And Evan Phillips is going to be tasked to finish this one up.
And this is where you give. The problem isn't so much tonight, but what leads to tomorrow, right? You used Gratterall tonight. You're using Phillips. You know that tomorrow is going to be a bullpen game. It's not the situation that Dave Roberts wanted to find his ball club in.
Bases loaded, bottom of the 9th. This does become a save situation, in spite of the fact it's a 5-0 game, because the tying run will be on deck.
Yeah, he certainly didn't see this happening. Evan Phillips having to enter this ball game, but got to bring him in with the situation you find yourself. You just hope that it's a handful of pitches at best and get back in that clubhouse and celebrate a win.
Phillips' job right now, get 1 out. Bases loaded. Jones, Profar, and McMahon, 3rd to 1st. And the batter is Elias Diaz with C.J. Cron on deck. Phillips misses inside with the first pitch. 1 for 3 against Phillips in his career, and that one left the yard. Stryton. Evan Phillips has had saves in 3 consecutive outings, trying to make it 4. Done that twice during the season. 10 saves total and 11 total opportunities. The pitch. Swung on and well hit. Peralta going back, and he's got room. He makes the catch. All right, exhale. Ball game's over, and the Dodgers have their 9th shutout of the year. A 5-0 win. And it's their 3rd shutout in the last 6 games. Clayton Kershaw gets win number 10. His 27th total win against Colorado. And J.D. Martinez, 2 home runs tonight. 3rd time this season he's had a multi-home run game, but home runs 299 and 300 career.
Yeah, J.D. showed up tonight. Big home runs. The bottom of the lineup really produced. Evan Phillips coming in for the 3-pitch save. There, man, James Outman swung the bat well. I mean, overall, a good performance by the Dodgers. Bickford a little erratic, but 5-0 win. Dodgers will take it.
Dodgers now 44 and 34 and win the opener on this 6-game road trip. Clayton Kershaw was marvelous in this ball game tonight. 5-0 the final score. For Eric Karros and Kirsten Watson, I'm Tim Everett. Stay tuned. Access Sportsnet Dodgers is now.